Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Honourable Premier, payments from the GPT to suppliers within the stipulated 30-day period across the board for all departments in the first quarter of the 2025-26 financial year declined compared to the 2024-2025 last quarter. Even the Public Service Commissioner deemed this as unacceptable and warranting strong condemnation. This is not the first time such comments have been made by the PSC. The worst performing departments are the Department of Health at 11%, Infrastructure at 52%, Agriculture at 57%, and Education at 61%. With this in mind, could you, Premier, please indicate, firstly, what are you doing as the Premier to ensure that competent personnel are in place to ensure that the trend is reversed, particularly in the Departments of Health and Infrastructure, where payment failures not only impact patient lives, but supplier livelihoods? What are you doing as the Premier to reverse the trend of non-payment of suppliers when the economy is under such pressure and non-payment of SMMEs strangles the creation of job opportunities and employment? And thirdly, what are you doing as the Premier to facilitate the township enterprises who are severely affected by this non-payment culture continue to survive, much less thrive, in the current strangulated economic climate? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Hickling. Honourable Premier.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much, Honourable Member Hickling, for your question. I fully concur with you. It is no justification for departments not to pay service providers within the stipulated days. As the end of July 2025, 8 departments achieve 100% compliance. However, we still have departments that are not complying. And what we've done in our executive councils, we flag this and allow departments to provide us with the relevant information. There are departments, obviously, if we exclude them, 2 departments in particular, if we exclude those 2 departments, our payment records will stand at 97%. But the Gauteng Treasury is now working with all 15 departments to monitor payment suppliers within the stipulated time. This is also a standard report to the Executive Council, as I've indicated, which we monitor and provide support to ensure that departments comply. In terms of question number 2, there was a transition implemented by the National Treasury to allow the new standard chart of accounts, score V6. This did not cause delays in itself, as the mapping process was already in place. The challenge arose from certain system integration issues in processing payments, which have since been resolved by National Treasury. Departments are now operating on a stable platform with no further disruption on payment runs. Secondly, to strengthen payment discipline, the Gauteng Department of Treasury introduced a new invoice management system which tracks invoices from the moment they are received until they are paid. This provides transparency, reduces backlog bottlenecks, and ensures that departments are accountable for their own delays. Finally, strict monitoring measures have been enforced, and departments submit monthly compliance reports, and those that fall behind are issued with non-compliance notices. Support and escalation of mechanisms are in place so that suppliers, especially SMMEs, can receive agent intervention when needed. In summary, by stabilizing systems, improving invoice management, and enforcing accountability, we are restoring payment discipline. Our focus remains on protecting SMMEs, safeguarding jobs, and ensuring government support economic activity rather than holding it back. In terms of your last question, the performance on the 30-day payment compliance per department for the Gauteng GPG Township-based supplier as of 31 July shows that the province is comparatively better when it comes to township-based suppliers. This is because 11 departments have achieved 100% compliance in buying their products from township businesses, the Gauteng Department of Health, Gauteng Department of Education, Gauteng Department of Infrastructure Development, and Gauteng Department of Social Development are the only non-compliance department at 90%, 96%, 97%, and 97% respectively for the period under review. The province is working with each department to ensure that we continue to improve this, to ensure that township enterprises continue to survive and thrive in the current economic scale. What pleases the departments or the provincial government is at least at average 97%, our departments continue to support local and township businesses. Thanks so much, Madam Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much, Premier. Honourable Hickling.
Thank you so much. Honourable Premier, I'd like to say one thing to you. 5.1 billion rand, that is the amount of money not paid by the Health Department in the first quarter of this year within 30 days by the GPT. Those are Health Department figures for non-payment of invoices. It's all fine and well to say that we've only got 2 departments that are not really working, and if we take those away, well, everything's okay. Let me say this to you, Honourable Premier. The buck stops with you. You have to make sure that appropriate people are employed in appropriate departments to make sure that payments get made. Appropriately appointed people in appropriate department. We have a problem in departments in this GPT who are not making payments. When is it going to stop? Thank you so much.
We appreciate your sentiments, Member Heckling, and indeed, some of the challenges that are affecting this department are things beyond their control. For an example, I know education and health, at some instances, they could not make payments purely because of the cash run, which is controlled at national. It's not even controlled at our province. There's an allocation that is provided, and that allocation does not meet the demands that the departments have. But indeed, there's no justification for departments not to pay within 30 days. And that is why we are monitoring it. And the departments that are not performing, we have an index that we utilize to ensure that either we support them or we provide additional guidance that will assist us.